Hi guys, welcome to this video. I'm Prashant, I'm the founder of Word Pandit, and I'm bringing this series of videos to you wherein I explain previous year CAT questions. Here we've got a CAT 2018 RC question and we'll go through the video explanation for the same. Before we do that, I would request you to watch the passage analysis video for this passage. That's going to enhance your understanding of the passage and help you understand the finer points for this particular RC. Now, what does this specific question talk about here? It asks us, based on information provided in the passage, we can infer that in addition to water ice, Saturn's rings might also have small amounts of. So in addition to water ice, what is it that Saturn's rings are composed of? That is what we've got to figure out. Now, this is a question which requires a little bit of extrapolation because the factual data in this passage, the factual reference for this question is slightly on the weaker side. There are a couple of things which are very easy to eliminate in this particular question, and there is just one extra bit of derivation that you need to do, just some extra bit of extrapolation that you need to carry out in this particular question. Now, what is that extrapolation that you have to carry out? Now, in the passage, there is no mention of methane or helium. There is simply no mention of these two things. Since there is no mention of these two things, that helps us rule out options A, B, and C. So that's not a problem. And that by elimination, we arrive at option number D as the correct answer. Comet dust is directly mentioned in the passage. The author states in the second paragraph, with Cassini's measurements of the density of comet dust near Saturn. So this suggests the presence of comet dust that's been mentioned. So comet dust is present in Saturn's rings. The problem is rock particles. Where does this come from? Again, there is no direct mention of rock particles in the passage. We derive this from the line, at around the same time as the rings came into being, an old set of moons orbiting Saturn destroyed themselves, and from their remains emerged not only the rings but also the planet's current suit of inner moons. So it's from their remains the rings have emerged. Remains of what? Remains of an old set of moons. What would these old set of moons be composed of? Rock particles, right? And that is the indirect derivation. That's why I said you require a little bit of extrapolation. This is a question which requires you to just step outside the passage a little, a fraction, not a lot, and you have to correlate the fact that remains actually refers to rock particles. That's a fairly logical deduction. That's a fairly logical derivation. I'm not saying it's factually mentioned, but it is something we can infer. It is something we can logically derive, even though this might be a slightly weak logical derivation. This is how you arrive at the correct answer for this particular question. Elimination is the way to go about it. Methane and helium are the two obvious bummers here. These are not mentioned in the passage at all. These help you rule out A, B, C, and by elimination you can arrive at option number D as the correct answer. This is the approach that you have to adopt for this particular question. Hopefully so you are clear with the answer now and the reasoning for it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and as always, happy learning.